In my last videos, I gave you information on psychomotor and sensual overexcitability. In this video, I'm going to explain overexcitability number 3, emotional overexcitability, by answering 4 questions. What is emotional overexcitability? What are examples of emotional overexcitability? How can we help gifted people with emotional overexcitability? And what are great things about having emotional overexcitability? Let's get to it. 1. What is emotional overexcitability? People with an emotional overexcitability experience extremely complex emotions, both positive and negative. Feelings are intense and they have strong emotional connections with other people, places, and objects. They are compassionate, empathetic, and sensitive to the needs of others. They often feel what others feel and find it hard to make a distinction between their own and others' feelings, and sometimes tend to put these feelings above their own needs. They may have deep concerns about their behavior in relationships and the well-being of people important to them. They can also be very self-critical and experience feelings of inadequacy and inferiority. People with emotional overexcitability have a deep need for connection and intensity with others. This often leads to conflict over the depth of relationships. Children and teenagers and even young adults can feel very lonely because it's often hard to find such connections. They are idealistic and want to help others or animals, and can often feel sad and disappointed when they realize that not everyone feels so passionately. Being overwhelmed by such intense emotions, being overwhelmed by extreme emotions, being overwhelmed by these very strong emotions, and not knowing how to be in charge of yourself and your extreme sensitivity can be daunting. Emotionally tense children can act out with extreme anger tantrums, become greatly upset when they lose a game, or mourn for months when a new friend stops wanting to play. They are often seen to be overreacting and think that an emotion will last forever. They can have difficulty with change and adjusting to new environments, be extremely shy and timid, and are prone to being bullied. To protect themselves, these children frequently learn to hide their sensitivity. They may experience deep feelings of guilt, depression, and suicidal thoughts from a very young age. And trust me, when they become adults, these things don't necessarily change that much. Finally, somatic expressions can also be extreme. Tense stomach, sinking heart, and blushing, which might add to the tension. They often remember exactly how they and others felt in certain situations. 2. What are examples of emotional overexcitability in children? A child with emotional overexcitability is the child who's so nervous they make themselves sick. It's the child who doesn't want you to leave because they're so attached to you. It's the daughter who screams when her brothers laugh at her. The son who wakes up at 2:30 a.m. every single night and refuses to sleep in his own bed due to fear. The child who cries for 2 months after watching a movie where a character was bullied. The daughter who clings to you, soaked with tears and cannot stop crying because she just loves you so much. The child who takes offense, builds strong attachments, leaps with joy, holds grudges out of pain, but forgives quickly out of hope. The son who cries daily, hourly, but also laughs loudly, deeply. The child who is compassionate, angry, loving, fearful, frustrated, annoyed, embarrassed, elated. The child who just has a lot of feelings. People often wave off these children as melodramatic, high-strung, histrionic, as just being too much. Some experts sometimes view emotional overexcitability through the lens of pathology, as a symptom, as something needing to be fixed. They toss around emotional dysregulation and disorders and misdiagnose a lot of gifted children when really they just have a lot of feelings. Our Western society doesn't embrace intense emotions, not regularly and not from children. Girls are dismissed as drama queens and boys are told to man up. Big girls don't cry, big boys don't cry, men don't cry. Intense, raw emotions are very uncomfortable for the people in their proximity. So how can we help gifted people with emotional overexcitability? We who have emotional overexcitability need to learn to accept all feelings, regardless of intensity. We must accept our emotional intensity and might need someone to help us guide us through any problems that might result from working toward acceptance. We also need to learn to anticipate physical and emotional responses and prepare for them. We with emotional overexcitability often don't know when intense emotions grab hold of us. As a result, we lose control or get physical responses to our emotions. So we might need someone to help us identify the physical warning signs of our emotional stress, like headache, sweaty palms, and stomachache. By knowing the warning signs and acting on them early, we'll be better at coping with emotional situations and not lose control. Finally, there is literature regarding counseling, learning styles, special education, classroom management, and there are parenting books too. 4. What are great things about having emotional overexcitability? People with this excitability will have the drive to make the world a better place, not just for themselves, but for everyone. They can develop deep emotional bonds with family, friends, animals, and charitable goals, and have a rich interpersonal life which they often use professionally. This information came from these websites. You'll find these links below this video. So there you have it. If you found this video interesting, which I hope you did, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel and watch this series from the start. I don't know exactly in how many weeks, but I will be back with a new video in this series on intellectual giftedness. Till then, I only want to say 3 things. Thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you back in my next video.